Hello and welcome to our product creation recipes reveal class. My name is Joseph Zenner. I'll be taking you through a few quick recipes. I'm certainly not claiming to be right on any of these. I think that the beauty of blending, the beauty of making products is playing with things, seeing what works, seeing what gels, what comes together right. Simply living in different areas of the country are going to determine whether your deodorant holds up or differently. So you got to test things and have some fun with it. Invite friends over like we're doing tomorrow night. We're going to have a little product creation for Christmas time to make some gifts and things like that. So I'm going to give a few resources out of people that have been doing this longer than I have. I've only been playing with this like 4 or 5 years, and I've had a lot of fun with it. And I hope you have fun with it and don't take anything I say as fact. See, this is changing my lighting. I'm just going to let it change my lighting. We're about to go to screen share anyway. I'm going to keep this kind of brief because I want people to actually watch it. And I know when videos get too long, that doesn't happen. So we're going to jump into screen share. And we are going to start with my website, where you can find all the things I'll be talking about today. This is Joseph Zenner, zenner.com/recipes, where you can find all these things. Oh, and before we get started on that, I wanted to just talk about, here about Ameo oils. I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I believe Ameo oils are the best out there. These are the only clinical grade. I have worked with other essential oil companies. I've been doing this for quite a while, and this is by far the best company I have found. If you want to know more about Ameo, you can click on the media center here and go down and find different videos by clicking Ameo here. You can look at the AGX zones for the science, cell active and permeability, clinical grade, the new AGX products. I know AGX is Ameo gene expression. So at any rate, if you're looking to get essential oils, you want them clinical grade. We have consumable oils that you can drink. If you haven't drinking oils, please don't go rush out to drink any oils you have at your house. This is special to companies like doTERRA, Young Living, and of course Ameo. So if you want to get wholesale oils, either talk to the person that sent you to this video. If you found it on your own, reach out to me on Facebook, Joseph Zenner, Z-E-N-N-E-R, and we can help you get these oils at wholesale. All right. That being said, we're going to get started with the most simplest of all, with bath salts. So this recipe is for 1 bath. We generally make a big batch where you can have 10 baths. You don't want to have you don't want to make a whole batch just for 1 bath. Why do that when you can make a bigger batch? And what we do actually, me and my girlfriend Hannah, we go to this grocery supply store that sells these cheap products that are going off the market, and we'll find like 6 for $1, little jars of glass salsa jars, and we'll just clean them up and use those because it's cheaper than buying a case of jars. And of course, just recycle any glass jars you have, any glass in general, for essential oil product creation. All that, the glassware can be really valuable. Okay, so we're going to start with Epsom salt. Epsom salt is very cleansing. So that's good all on its own. And then we're going to add some food grade baking soda. We don't want any aluminum in our baking soda, so we're going to go food grade on that. That's going to alkalize. That's an alkaline, so it's going to bring our pH up. And when people say that, it's not actually the pH of our blood going up. It's just it's basically eliminating acidic environments and helping our body to hold on to its sources of calcium, magnesium, and phosphate, which it uses to alkalize. So different class, but that's great for alkalizing. And then you got a 1/4 cup of sea salts. What I recommend is getting, some Himalayan salts, some Mediterranean sea salts, some sea salts from all over the world, and just combine them into your bath salts, because the more the merrier on the sea salts. And then we've got 5 to 15 drops of essential oils. This is up to you. I like lavender, Roman chamomile, jasmine, and rose are all great choices. We have a blend with Ameo called Tranquility, which is a really awesome choice. I just realized I wrote are all ready choices. Ready choices? I don't even know what I meant by that. We want to avoid oils like oregano, cinnamon, cassia, thyme, melaleuca, and lemongrass. These are too hot to put in a bath oil, at least for me, especially oregano. That's the one that will really kick your butt. We have a great story of a friend of ours told our friend that he could go and make himself a bath with her oils, but she forgot to warn him about oregano, and next thing you know, we heard screaming coming out of a bathtub. This is not minor irritation. This is serious stuff when you're putting oregano in a bathtub. So be careful with the hot oils there. Some of them, like Melaleuca, you could get away with in a bathtub. You can lemongrass a little bit, you can get away with in a bathtub. But I'm just putting this as a warning. These are some hot oils. These are most of the hot oils I'm listing here. And then, you know, for bath salts and soaks and things like that, you can also put, you know, real ingredients like lavender in there. For me, lavender makes the bathtub looks like it has a bunch of little bugs in it, and it freaks me out to have to clean the bathtub after relaxing like that. So I'm not real big on putting solids in there. Actually, when you use this bath scrub I'm talking about, it's actually going to clean your bathtub for you. Not that you shouldn't have it clean before you get in it, but you know what I mean. It'll keep your bathtub clean. If you want to put solid stuff and you don't mind washing your tub, that's great. So moving on to sugar scrubs, we're going to use coconut oil in its solid form, organic, of course, if you like. The brown sugar, we're going to throw some essential oils in there. Lots of other ingredients you can use in here, but if you're doing a detox scrub, I list some oils there. Frankincense, sandalwood are good for brain detoxing, as well as cilantro and thyme are good for heavy metal removal. Rosemary is also good for the brain, and then lemongrass, general cleansing. You can also add some citrus in there for general cleansing. For skin health, you can look at bergamot, cypress, helichrysum, peppermint, rosemary, tea tree, thyme, ylang-ylang, complete in bergamot. And, you know, with Ameo, you don't have to buy all those oils. You can just buy their Skin Healthy blend, and you'll have all that. That's basically the recipe for their Skin Healthy blend. That's where I got those oils from. Yeah, and then you just work them all in. You know, work the brown sugar into the coconut oil, and then you can use this for your feet. You can use it for your face. You want to make sure, you know, the oils you're putting in there, if you're going to use it on your face, are you know, your face is not too sensitive to those oils. You want to make sure you have the right oils. Peppermint is listed there. That can be kind of harsh for some people's skin, not most, but some. Okay, now we're moving into infused vinegars. This is one of my favorites. It's super, super easy. Save a nice glass jar. I save them from liqueurs. I work in a restaurant, and I save the old glass jars. They're liquor jars. And then you're going to get you some organic apple cider vinegar. I love using the one with the mother. And we're going to do 20 to 30 drops total. That's movable. You can move that around a little bit. But basically, this is all the things that you would cook with. So basil, thyme, ginger, cilantro, thyme again. I just typed this up, you guys, so I'll fix this after class. Black pepper, coriander, rosemary, lemon, orange, grapefruit, marjoram, fennel, and thyme again. No, I'm just kidding. Test for strength. It could be too strong for you. You can use this now. This infused vinegar. You can now use to pickle your cucumbers. Of course, you can also pickle celery. You can pickle carrots. You can pickle anything. And so if you have some things, some organic foods that are going bad around your house, throw them in a jar of vinegar, and it'll stay good practically forever. And you can just eat it when you get to it, especially cabbage. I love pickling cabbage. I'll put some spices in there, some peppers with my cabbage, make a really spicy cabbage. Now, like one example is I make what's called an apple slaw. I'll cut up the apples and put them in with my spicy slaw, and then nice balance there. To make a salad dressing with your infused vinegar, you can just add a healthy oil. I love avocado oil, hemp oil, olive oil, coconut oil. Like any healthy oil will work. You can also infuse oils. Like let's say you cook with olive oil. You can just infuse the oil itself without messing with vinegar. You can infuse the oil itself with all these different things. And by the way, of course, if you don't like any of these ingredients, leave them out. It's up to you. It's your oil, your salad dressing. Okay, so now we move on to deodorant. If you want to keep it really simple, you can do a liquid deodorant with colloidal silver, because colloidal silver kills bacteria. You can add 30 drops of any essential oil. I recommend woods for men. Vetiver is a really great one. Sandalwood, really manly. Frankincense, super nice, makes you smell kind of like Jesus. Lavender or ylang-ylang for women, and of course patchouli for hippies. You know, you gotta give something for the hippies to keep from smelling like they hate aluminum. There's a distinct smell when you hate aluminum. It kind of stinks. But it's one of the, for people that are getting healthy, it's one of the hardest transitions is to get rid of their aluminum deodorant, because let's be honest, it works. It flat out blocks the ability of your skin cells to sweat, which is not a healthy thing, but it certainly works in keeping you from stanking. So, so this is a great idea for deodorant. If you prefer a solid deodorant, there's a list of ingredients Sam Wish uses in her blend. You can find this and more products on our website. There I list below some of the ingredients she uses. She's really perfected deodorant. It took her a little while to do that. When you're doing a solid deodorant, obviously it takes a little longer to get the recipe just right, and she's not going to give you the amounts there because she's got a website. She buy some deodorant from her and you can test it and figure out what she does. Candles. The trick to candles is to remember that essential oils by nature are aromatic. That means they're easily evaporated. That's why we smell them. So they will flash quickly in high temperatures. The ways around this are to coat the wick, coat the sides of the glass, and add oils at the last possible point in the process with the least temperature as possible. So that's a really great one. Beeswax candles are fun. Soy candles are great. I'm not big on soy in my diet, but I can certainly do soy in my candle. And that's just a really easy way to recycle your old candles. Soaps. Hannah Mead, my wonderful girlfriend, has a great site that describes how she makes her meditation soaps. We prefer glycerin to lye. I don't mess with lye much. It's just kind of dangerous. And hemp oil is another great base. Saponification is a lot of fun. Hannah does 7 soaps for the 7 chakras. Lots of fun stuff you can do with soaps. And you know what? We're going to take you to her site really quickly just so you can see how cool these soaps look after you make them. They have some really cool designs. So believe it or not, that is a soap there. Really cool designs, right? So that's just some ideas there. Now we get into lip balms. Another, I'm punting it over to Sam Wish here. She's a good friend of mine, by the way. Buy some stuff from Sam's. You can see how she does things. But she's got a great write-up on the lip balms and how she does it in there as well. Now we get to 3 Wise Men. This is a lot of fun. Basically, I started studying, this is one of my blends, one of my specialties. I started studying I started thinking about why would 3 wise men, wise being in quotes, bring a baby, solid gold, solid frankincense, and solid myrrh. It's always pictured. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? And then I thought, wait a second. If John the Baptist was an Essene, which I believe he was, a very strict Jewish sect, and I believe Joseph and Mary may have been Essenes, you decide for yourself, and I'm not trying to be too controversial here with the Bible, but just open up your mind to the possibility that Joseph and Mary were Essenes. That would mean that the wise men were most likely alchemists because, the Essenes were incredibly intelligent alchemists. So alchemists don't play with solids too often. It happens, but generally they're playing with liquids. So let's, for example, say maybe they brought Jesus liquids. Well, now it makes sense. Frankincense, essential oil, activates the immune system. Myrrh inoculates the baby. Gold activates the brain synapse. So now we've got a very powerful thing to give to a baby. I put in here, I use colloidal gold for my blends of the 3 wise men. I put in here, be careful on how you source this and do your own research before consuming. Here's a site that I put up from Raw Food World, buddy of mine, Matt Monarch. He's got great products, and I've got a link there, and we're on josephzenner.com/recipes if you want to find these links to get some gold for yourself to make this blend. It's really, honestly, it's a super easy blend to make, and the gold is the cheapest part. The gold, colloidal gold in liquid form, water-based, is about $24, $26. Then the gold flakes are like $4 for a sheet, which, I don't know, I think me and Claudia made like 40 bottles like you see below pictured here with one $4 sheet. So anyway, you can see that the frankincense, this is the interesting part, the frankincense and gold oil end up in the top phase, the oil phase, and obviously because they're the oil phase, and the gold flecks land in this phase, whereas the frankincense and myrrh resins or solids land in the water phase, which is the gold phase. So they kind of swap. So we have 2 phases of each of these 3 compounds, and they kind of swap who they hang out with. So it's really cool. Some super fun stuff you can do with that. I say you can drink it, but before you drink it, do your own research on colloidal gold and consumption of it. Some people are saying it's activates the brain too fast. The amount we're using here is almost nothing. Like, you can get a 16-ounce bottle of this colloidal gold for about $24. You can drink that within about 2 months. This is like, this bottle here would last you 3 months, and it has about 2 days worth of the gold. So it's definitely, doing it like this, we're definitely not risking too much gold, at least in my opinion, but do your own research. Don't trust what I say. Now we get to one of my favorite creations, probably other than 3 wise men, it is my favorite creation. It's called Yummy Sun. It's a sunscreen that melts away fat cells. Obviously, it keeps the sun away, keeps you from getting burned, keeps bugs away, reduces aging spots, and it's a salad dressing. How much fun is that? So we start with 30 milliliters of raspberry seed oil. This is a recipe. This part of the recipe, the raspberry seed oil, is thanks to Lisa Piper, who's a good friend of mine, fellow blender. You obtain that from an organic source. Replace with zinc oxide if you need to. Zinc oxide is okay. It takes it away from being a salad dressing then. But you can use zinc oxide if you can't get this raspberry seed oil. 5 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil. That also has an SPF of 8, which is really cool. And then we've got these 4 oils that help with blocking the sun, and they do it from under the skin. So this sunscreen becomes water resistant. So we got helichrysum, we got lavender, patchouli, and myrrh. You can see the amounts there. I'm not going to list them all out loud. 5 drops of eucalyptus. That makes this a fat melter and also a liquid air conditioner. We'll get to liquid air conditioner in a minute. 5 drops of peppermint. This is also a fat melter and liquid air conditioner. We keep this amount low just to be safe in case it gets near the eyes. And then we got some frankincense in to reduce aging spots and helps us with sun damage in general. So, and all these things are pretty delicious put together, and all you got to do is add a little vinegar, a little infused vinegar that we made earlier, mix it in here, and now we got a salad dressing. Very fun. If you're going to be playing around with sunscreen, you want to learn about phototoxicity because a lot of the citrus oils like lemon, lime, orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemongrass are photosensitive. So if you're using them in a sunscreen, you're going to turn people weird colors, or yourself weird colors, even worse. I guess it'd be worse to do it to someone else. Okay, so that's that one. That's a lot of fun. And now we've got Doodlebug Romance Enhancement. This is one of my favorite things to play with because one of the most fun things about this is you could put it on a guy and you could put it on a girl and it's going to smell completely different, and then the bottle is going to be a completely different smell as well. And we did an entire class on the benefits of being horny for health. Let me see if I can find that. I'm just going to search Horny Zenner here. Old Horny Zenner. And there it is, Horny 101. So you can find this on YouTube. By the way, my YouTube channel is Joseph Zenner. You can subscribe below this video here. But there's the video, Horny 101, The Secret to Health, Happiness, and Opulence, with my good friends Hannah Mead and Parrish Michelle Blair. So we talk about the benefits of being horny and how, to get to health, you can go through horniness. It's really cool. I'm not going to redo that class here, but check out that class. Super fun. And here we go. We're getting into aphrodisiacs and pheromone activators here. So we've got 20 drops of lavender, 20 drops of helichrysum. Helichrysum is great at blood circulation, so you can see why that would be a great romance enhancement, especially for the gentleman. And by the way, real quick, I have had clients that had issues. I can't mention diagnosis, but have had issues in the romance department, and I helped them in this area with this exact blend. Well, not exactly. I think it was a different mixture, but these basic ingredients. 20 drops of rose, 15 drops of bergamot, 15 drops of clary sage. That's a really important one. 15 drops of ylang ylang, 15 drops of jasmine, 15 drops of clove, 15 drops of sandalwood, 15 drops of vetiver, and 7 drops of cinnamon. Cinnamon is the oil of sexual healing. So that's a very fun blend to make. If you make it, make sure you put it on a man and a woman to feel a difference. And if you're not wanting to buy all these oils for either the Three Wise Men or any of these, actually, if you're not wanting to buy all these oils, just reach out to one of us, myself, Hannah Mead, Claudia Autry on Facebook. We may have all the oils and we can make you a blend, or we may have some of this made up that you can get from us, because I know it does get expensive. Just these listed here, these are actually a lot of high-end oils. Rose, helichrysum, and sandalwood alone are going to cost you way up there. Helichrysum and sandalwood about $100 a piece, and rose up in the hundreds. So at any rate, you can reach out to someone that has a bigger kit than yourself. Make sure they're drinkable oils. If they're not consumable drinkable oils as a company, I wouldn't diffuse them, I wouldn't put them on my skin. Like, why are they not consumable? So just a little caution on what oils you're using there. Like I said, I trust doTERRA and Young Living, and I prefer Ameo. Peaceful Child, we've got 85 drops of vetiver, 30 drops of ylang ylang, 20 drops of frankincense, 15 drops of clary sage, 10 drops of marjoram, 30 drops of lavender. They are helping out a lot of kids that have issues sitting still at school. I'm not going to say that we can get kids off of pharmaceuticals because that's actually against the law to say. What I'm going to say is that we've helped a lot of kids, and I wish I could tell the truth about what's going on in that realm. So I'm going to leave that at that. Liquid AC, this is a cooling body spritzer. This one is simple, peppermint and eucalyptus. The peppermint provides localized cooling to the skin wherever they touch. So this blend just takes advantage of that. So you just put some peppermint and eucalyptus in a bottle of water. You can put a little lemon in there as well, and you just spray it all over yourself when it's hot outside. You can also put some peppermint oil and eucalyptus in your ice chest and put ice and water and then dip a bunch of towels in it. You can take those towels and put them around your neck, and you're going to have a really great cooling effect. This is great if you've got, your kid plays football or soccer or something like that out in the sun, especially down in Houston where I live. It gets really hot down here. And just bring a towel for each one of the kids. Let them put it around their neck. You're going to be amazed at how great they feel and how thankful they are. Here's a little quick sunburn relief. Helichrysum lavender, peppermint, fractionated coconut oil. And I'm not going to go through all these cleansers, but you know where to find them. josephzenner.com/recipes. I will say that we've used lemon oil as an oven cleaner, and oh my God, it works so freaking good. So you can check out all the different cleaner recipes. There's a carpet deodorizer, washing powder, antifungal diaper wash, fabric softener, dryer sheets, all-purpose spray cleaner, tub and sink, citrus floor, furniture polish, yada yada hoo-hoo, tub and tile cleaner. So lots of fun stuff there. All the way at the top here, there's a link to over 70 recipes. So this lady, I'm giving her credit by linking to her. She's got a lot of great recipes. They don't look to be showing up right now, but they used to be here. Oh, it does not exist. Okay, so this may have been one of those blogs that was taken down by the FDA, and I guess I'll end by talking about that a little bit. So what the FDA basically has done is they've removed the ability for essential oil distributors to mention any diagnosis on their website. So a lot of the really great websites that were resources for us before have come down. So that's really a shame. I've had to take down a lot of great information from my website. So keep that in mind, and let's help us to fight the FDA on that. This is ridiculous. We can't keep letting the FDA tell us what we can and cannot say when it's the truth. I literally cannot share a testimonial with y'all about what has happened to, let's say, a friend of mine, which lots of real stories there. If I share the diagnosis, I can't share the story, and that's sad. Even though it actually happened, it's kind of sad. So anyway, that's just my disclaimer, and I do love the FDA. They've helped. Their complete ineptness and being asleep at the wheel has helped people take control of their own body and realize that no government agency is going to tell them what's right and wrong, because the FDA is telling people aspartame is safe, and it's absolutely a poison, as is MSG. So you can't trust the FDA now. Who do you trust? Well, you got to trust yourself, and you got to educate yourself so that you know what you're giving your family is safe and whatnot. So there's my spiel on that. In terms of product creation, have some fun, invite some friends over. Remember, use glass, not plastic, because essential oils, especially citrus, are going to eat through the plastics. And share your recipes with us. If you want to click below the josephzenner.com/recipes and share a recipe, I will add it when I get a chance to my recipe page and give you credit. You might want to tell me if you want credit or if you prefer to be anonymous on that. But that's about all I have. I wanted to keep it really brief, do a little quick overview class for y'all on product creation. I'm sure there's some stuff I left out, but this is what I put together for you. Thank you so much for joining. Please subscribe below to my channel. Check out some of the other videos we have on both the Miracle Tree Moringa and Ameo Essential Oils, and stay tuned for more online classes from CEAMS. CEAMS, by the way, is the Council for Emotional Alchemy and Molecular Science. So join our Facebook group called CEAMS. Much love and namaste, y'all. Peace.